All right, hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi. I'm about to switch the camera view in a minute because I got to hop on that metro station right away. All right, but I'm doing this video, this video in particular, because I got a note from Selmina on WhatsApp and the studio that I am making for the children. She wanted to make it in my name, and I really was not comfortable with that. So before we get into why that is, let me greet everybody real quick. Pavorten hardu dog all the way to the bank, vasas los. Bonjour, mes amis. Ketabao and konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama, sani bonani. John Bohabarani. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right. Now, please excuse interruptions because there may be few as we do this. But to stick the first. Okay, hold on for a second. I wanted to make sure that I had. I wanted to make sure that I had that first comment up because that comment is the epitome of why I do things. Okay, so Haborton Hardu Budag, Ola Oi to the Bay, Ola Oi to the Bay, Bosses Lo, Bonjour, Miss. Okay, let me do the greetings again because I had to switch my thing from the Wi-Fi to the phone data. So, Hoborn Hardu Gudal, Ola Oi to the Bang, Vasas Los Bonjour Mizami, Kedabawani Kunichiwa, Nihani Ama, Sani Bonani, Jumbo Harbaigani, Assalamu alaikum shalom, Kamusta Ka, Kamusta Pukayo, Talafa Lava Soifua. All right, so as we head down into the metro station, all right, as we head down, all right, let me do one more thing before I go down there. Because I should be meeting Francisco rapidly. So let me. All right. So let me greet everybody that's in here. Hey, Dwight. Okay, One Loyal King. Daniel, Captain Marvel, Afro Truth, Simplified, Texas Marine. What's up, Roland? Titan, And Simplify USMC vet. All right. So let me break this thing down again. All right. So right now I'm heading to one store to return the drums and the other store to buy the other set of drums. Um, this time I have the written price or receipts for what they said they were going to charge me. All right. So up at the top, I put the first statement, and I also put it kind of in the comment section because I wanted people to understand why I do what I do. It's kind of my same concept that I have about death and why I do not fear dying. But I do fear the condition under which, well, I don't even fear it. I just make sure I don't die in such a condition that it is contrary to my belief system. All right. We now know that I will not die not having made some kind of a positive impact. So that was important to me. More important than money, more important than get rich. I talk to people about credit. All right. But the reason why I talk to people about credit is for the good of the people, especially Afro people. All right. One of the things that I have spoken to the lady friends that I meet here, why I am so prepared to do certain things for them when I come across them, and why I will not budge on other things. And I explained to them this, that I don't know the future, so I prepare for the type of future that I'm gunning for. All right, and what this means is I'm about to miss my train or metro. All right, so what this means is that I ain't worried about it. All right, what this means is that my future, all right, my future cannot be determined, nor can I really understand or know it. I don't know how I'm going to think in the future. So that's one aspect of things, right? Here's the other aspect of things. There's the other surface of it where I understand that the future looks very, very bleak. And if you are a Black child in the United States, the future looks real bleak. And the reason why it does, and this is if you're a Black child anywhere outside of Africa, because Africans as Blacks have the power to make a future for their children. As Afro men have no say in the so-called Black community. So those children are usually doomed to the life that their mothers have for them. All right. Now, here's another thing to understand. I am able to do what I do where I'm at because I am appreciated and it is honored. Unlike the so-called Black community in the United States, where people question my manhood and talk bad about me, and mainly it's amongst the so-called Black woman. Y'all know the deal. All right. So it's a problem. Now, the other thing is that when I was talking about the music room, I came up with the phrase that you see up top because it's why I do everything that I do. My belief system is around that when you can't expect nothing out of children if you don't give them the tools to at least practice or fight their way out of the situation. When I first started this, I started to understand that these children are real good in playing soccer, right? But the other thing I understood just painfully, which was painfully obvious, is that, yeah, they're good at playing soccer, but there's another problem. They don't have soccer balls in the hood. They're good. So I don't know how they get to practicing to be as good as they are, but they don't get to practice a lot because they don't have soccer balls in the hood. All right. So what I did is I said, you know what? There are going to be soccer balls in the hood if I can help it. All right. So that's why I started with soccer balls. All right. The next thing is that, hold on. After the soccer balls, school, after the soccer balls, okay. So Mina just sent me another voice message. After the soccer balls, I went with the studio at the NGO, partially because I have a lot of equipment at my house that I'm not using if I'm traveling, like a drum set, keyboards, and everything. The problem is that drum sets, that's a lot of equipment, and I'm sorry, you just can't pay enough to put that on the train. Hey, what's up, David Bowman? All right. So the drum sets I had to buy here. We're turning one of the rooms into a studio. Now the purpose of the studio is to give the children instruments and stuff to have self-expression, possibly like the Jacksons did, create a art form based on their heroes. All right. The groups that we love, like the Ohio Players, all the groups, to include Prince's, all the Prince's groups. Um, the reason why our music is garbage, because the men that would buy the equipment, sacrifice to buy the equipment for their sons and daughters to play. All right, they've been kicked out of the community and replaced by a thug. All right, so the community has become about thug culture and not the men that would sacrifice to give a future to the children. And maybe that future by the children can lift the whole family out. But the only future that these females want for the children is to put them into sports so that they can always be under control of the Caucasian man who is her zaddy. But that's not her zaddy, that's her God. Remember, white Jesus is their God. All right. And I started looking at this. I looked at all these young children on YouTube and stuff playing drums and stuff at 6, 7 years old. And they all had one thing in common: fathers. They had men that made some sacrifices to get them some instruments. They had men that could tolerate the bad playing before it got good. All right. Because trust me, when you teach a child to play some instruments, you're going to tolerate the bad before it gets good. You're going to have to do it. It's how it is. Hold on. Okay, so you're going to have the patience to teach. You're going to have the patience to hear them practice. And patience is the one thing that is just painfully lacking in the so-called Black community. Sacrifice is painfully lacking in the so-called Black community. My stepfather, he sacrificed to give me access to play a keyboard, right? And that's what we have right now. We have a community in the United States where you have a bunch of adults, mainly the Black woman, that will not sacrifice to buy any instruments or anything, nor do they want to hear their child practice if he do get an instrument, and nor do she encourages playing music. So the child got to get what's cheapest, usually two turntables and a mic. That's how hip hop started because nobody bought the instruments, but it was cheaper to buy two turntables. All right. So after the two turntables, um, they developed. Look at what they did with that. They developed mixing, scratching, transformer scratching. All right. Then it developed a whole hip hop generation. Now, imagine what would happen if you gave children access to instruments and you didn't care how they played, but gave them a little direction so that they can keep time, keep pace, and everything like that. Imagine what would happen to that child. See, it's not happening to poor little Black children because nobody is sacrificing for them. Bottom line. All right. When you look at it, is the middle class. You see these little white boys, and kudos to their fathers for making that sacrifice. All right. Not only do they make karaoke. All right. So, let me see the fridge. So that's basically it, right? So our society is so effed up. Hold on, I'm gonna put my phone down for a second. Hold on for a second. All right. All right. So right now, I'm heading over to the drum shop, and we are, or we ain't doing nothing. I am returning the Black ones, and we're going to go to the other store and buy the other one. All right. I'm bringing the receipt. I'm bringing the paper. All right. I'm bringing the receipt and the paper, and that's it. Call it a day. It's over, right? Now, here's the situation. Here's the situation. Selmina wants to name the studio after me. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. All right. And I wanted to put out to y'all a better name. But the phrase that you see at the top, where I don't know the future, all right. But what I want to do is make sure that the children have a possibility of a future. Okay. That will be in English and in Portuguese. So I wrote that down in English and in Portuguese. My lady friend helped me with making sure the it was the correct grammar for Portuguese. All right, but this is basically it. I want to leave something stronger than just stuff, but an idea and a way for the children to be able to create. All right. So we want a way for the children to be able to create. All right. And in this thing, when we're talking about the ability for children to create, all right, in this thing where we talk about the ability for children to create, that is going to be a lasting thing to leave. The ability to create. And even say they don't turn into big stars or anything, right? They will have developed a way to practice. Okay. They will have developed a way to practice, and they will have developed a way to work with each other, maybe practice together. Who knows, get good enough that they could be on the train like everybody else is on the train, playing what they've created and earning, a little bit of change. All right. So you got all these things and all these possibilities for the children here. Okay. So you got all these things for all these possibilities. Now, where is Francisco? I see. He's way up here. Is this it? No, that isn't it. All right. So I got the agreement for the other store. All right, I got the agreement for the other store. Now, for the room, for the other room, right? For the other room, the name. I want to come up with a good name, and maybe that is my legacy, at least in a little part, to leave that little piece. Maybe so that the children will know some dude from the United States had an idea to do this. But then again, how do you get? I might put the room. I just came up with an idea. See, that's why it's good to talk to y'all, even though I can't really hear y'all talk back. All right. I gotta figure. Oh, there he is. All right. So, Okay, so here's Francisco. So I'm about to roll. All right, I'm about to roll. I might need to let this string. um, I might even I need to let this stream while we make this exchange. So, uh, what's the call? Francisco, what's the call? Sua carro.
Carro,
Carro.
carro, carro,
Carro. Carro.
carro, tá vendo?
Ah. Eu tenho.
Carro tá vendo?
Ah, tá.
Não dá.
Aqui. Tá bom.
Vamos estacionar, vamos lá.
Receipt. 7 days to return.
Vamos na loja primeiro.
Okay, moment. Oh, moment. Pega outro. Eu filmar. Eu filmar. House. Eu filmar. All right, y'all. Okay, I'm still on. So here's the thing. So eu filmar.
Ok.
All right, so we're going to head here. And,
1, 2, 3, 4.
and
Vou mandar aqui esse programa também.
a loja aqui. Não, loja aqui. É, loja aqui. Okay, I don't know how this is going to go. So all I wanted to do is just come back and return these, no more problems and stuff, because I'm done. No.
Nós viemos aqui porque ele quer devolver o equipamento aí que comprou a gente aí. Como é que a gente procede?
Mas o que aconteceu?
Yeah. Yeah.
O que aconteceu? O que aconteceu?
Eu quero return e bateria aqui. E pagar minha caixa. Eu compro outro. E de hardware, stand. Eu gosto pedal para hi-hat, não mesmo standard. Aí,
Fazer o carro lá.
Yeah.
Fazer o carro aí.
Tá bom.
Okay.
Espera aí, 5 minutos. Vou preparar o carro.
Ok, 5 minutos.
Desculpa. Todos hardware. Our hardware. Off drum. No similar ao que você viu.
E hardware muito fraca. muito fraco, muito frágil. Não para criança, criança so, tem muito problema. Se, primeiro, lembro eu falo com você
Aham, aham.
e preciso e diferente, preço diferente de, para a pressa aqui para vinho. Eu falo com ele, vinho não novo
Sim.
e,
Ó,
e, e vai.
isso aqui, ele
Ah,
anotou o preço do senhor. Da vinho. Essa
aham,
foi vinho, tá
aham.
ok.
Com,
Só
com,
que esse valor aqui
sim,
é da outra que tá no estoque. Ele
aham.
anotou o preço errado para
Aham.
você.
So, quando eu viajo aqui,
Aham.
eu quero comprar um vinho.
Sim. Aham.
E, e,
A vinha é mais cara. A
e,
vinha é mais cara mesmo.
não, 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 não.
É,
Vinho
mas
aqui.
ele
Aqui
anotou o valor errado para você.
é,
Não foi, desculpa, mas não foi um erro. Foi um erro de quem atendeu o senhor, o rapaz, entendeu?
well,
Aham.
muito complicado. Muito
Não,
complicado
foi um erro
para.
foi um erro do vendedor.
E, de, muito complicado. E, and then, quando eu falo com ele
Aham.
para hardware, eu não que muito melhor você tem, muito melhor, like para a igreja. Não, eu quero para bom, ok? E hardware muito fraca, e para criança muito frágil, ok? Eu quero um bom hardware.
Um bom
Um,
rádio.
é necessário usar a chave. So, para aqui, like, volte.
O problema é só a ferragem, amigo? É só a ferragem o problema, hardware?
Um,
Você queria uma assim, uma de mais qualidade?
e, e, muito mais problema, e muito mais problema ah, para aqui, para comprar, para hardware, hardware para snare
Né?
stand para snare,
Aham.
ok? Muito, muito frágil. So eu não quero, eu não quero.
Coloca o terno. Ligue com o gerente, tá? Vou botar você.
Uhum. Hello?
Eu entendi mais ou menos a situação. Ele falou que
Selmina,
as ferragens.
so I'm here. I'm about to just change the drums out and go to the other store and get theirs. Um, so, and I showed the guy the original agreement because they didn't think I had it. So I think he's trying to talk to Francisco, but I'm done because they lied. They lied. The hardware is just bad. Yes. Yes. Uh huh. Uh huh. Okay. Yeah. Francisco, some here. So I'm trying to see how this is going to go. It should go smoothly, but they're still trying to they're s- they're still trying to
Valeu.
sell me because what I walked out with was not what I agreed with at first. All right. But because I didn't have the receipt with me, or not the receipt, the uh, Because I didn't have the agreement at first, it was just a mess. But it could have been okay, except the guy that was my first person, he told two big lies. He said that the red ones that I originally wanted for the deal for the key, okay. So the first one that I really wanted, I didn't get, right? Because he raised the price up very, very high. Uh, hold on. Com licença, com licença. Problema. E quando eu chegar aqui, sexta-feira, eu não quero, eu primeiro, e eu baixo barato com perto outro, ok? Outro muito alto. Uh, Sexta-feira, outro muito alto. Mas eu quero outro por causa, eu falo com você, e eu falo com outro homem para vinho. Eu pegar aqui para vinho, ok? E mais hardware e alto. But para vinho, aqui. Quando ele, primeiro homem, fala comigo, e vinho novo, ele mentiu. Porque eu vi vinho novo, vinho usa. Ok? Quando ele fala comigo, vinho muito alto, muito caro, por causa muito coisas. I said, não. Outro
o que aconteceu
ele mentiu.
O que aconteceu foi que a bateria, né, ele estava ali, ele anotou o valor errado para você, ele errou, foi um erro dele. Quando você veio aqui, aí eu falei para você, não, a bateria, essa daqui vinho, é esse valor aqui. Eu não estava cobrando a mais, eu estava passando o valor real. O valor real da bateria.
Outro vendedor errou.
Ele mentiu duas tempos.
Não é que mentiu.
Ele mentiu. Ele fala comigo, Vini. Não você. So, ele causa muito grande problema.
Sim,
ok?
Sim.
Quando ele fala comigo, eu pegar para aqui, ele fala comigo o outro preço. So, eu falo com ele, volta aqui para um carro. E quando ele fala com você, um preço não mesmo, preço diferente, entende?
Sim.
Para aqui. So, ele mentiu comigo duas tempos. Agora, eu muito cansado.
Tá triste, chateado.
So, eu não quero. Quando eu volto no NONG, ele não bom para criança. E não bom para criança, 1 mês, 2 meses. Eu tenho bateria no minha câmera aqui. Eu tenho bateria, eu tenho para 10 anos. Igreja. Eu não pegar para igreja, para criança. Eu quero para uma coisa, ficar na ONG para longe, tá? Eu não quero para criança, mas eu quero para criança jogar de bateria, ficar na ONG, nem 5 anos, durar. Agora
ele quer trocar a ferragem, não quer não?
Hardware.
Não, por causa.
O que é que tá ruim para nós trocarmos? Ele disse que troca.
Eu pagar muito caro para aqui, eu quero aqui.
É viável
Eu quero aqui.
Coisa a mais, ou
Não, essa bateria aqui, ó, foi a que você levou. Essa aqui.
Não, eu quero aqui primeiro. Eu pagar para aqui por causa ele fazendo um deal para aqui, não aqui, mas um pouco menos, entende? Mas quando ele fala com você e preço diferente, eu muito bravo, preço diferente, eu volto para cima e desce, preço troca muito rápido. Tem
Não, ele
razão.
não trocou, não. Esse cartão aqui. Esse
Não,
cartão aqui foi o primeiro.
não tem cartão. Não tem, sexta-feira não tem cartão. Eu falo com ele. Eu falo com ele, eu tenho cartão para vermelho. Ele like, não, vermelho é muito caro, por causa vermelho tem muito coisa. Eu was like, não. Ele fala comigo, vermelho ou vinho, novo, não novo, e vinho, não novo. And then he like, preto, eu fazendo um deal para você. So preço menos aqui. Aí, and so I said, so agora vinho muito alto. E sim, muito coisas. E preto, muito menos. Sim, para deal aqui, preto aqui. Okay? He said, menos para preto. Okay. And so, quando ele volta aqui, eu ligar ele. Ele volta aqui, fala com você. Preço muito alto, novamente. Entende? So, ele mentiu para mim. Mentira para mim. Três tempos.
Vocabulário, né?
O que acontece? A primeira vez tudo bem, aqui foi errado. Mas quando você veio na loja comprar essa bateria, eu te expliquei os valores, a preta é esse valor, a vinho é esse valor.
Primeiro eu quero vinho, vinho muito barato. Barato até preto. Entende? Vinho a menos preto. Preços muito mais caros no vinho.
Sim,
okay?
Porque a vinho tem 3 tons.
3 tons, but value. Ele value. Eu vi. Muito value. Eu vi. E tem bateria na minha casa. E ele, outro homem, fala comigo, value. Eu quero aqui. Quando ele chegar aqui, sexta-feira, ele chegar aqui para aqui, um vinho, não preto. Eu ligar ele para preto quando ele faz um deal para mim. Ok? Quando ele viaja aqui, você tem problema comigo, sexta-feira. Ele explica para você, ele faz outro deal para mim em cima. Ok? E agora, depois, hardware, hi-hat, eu just cansado, triste, eu muito triste, muito cansado.
Eu posso te ajudar? O que você quer? Você fala para mim, assim, eu quero isso para resolver. Qual a sua possibilidade? Qual é a sua?
O deal original aqui. Ok.
Você quer levar a vinho
e
por esse valor?
Isso.
E você quer?
Isso. E vinho tem 70 e vinho tem 70 e pedal em e coisa outro tom e estende para outro tom. So, para que 70 pedal
70 o quê?
sítio,
Trone.
tone,
Aham, Trone.
tone, ah, tem tone e outro tom tem e stand outro tom
Deixa eu ver o que eu consigo fazer.
all right, so this is what's happening. The first guy, that was a black guy, saw another black guy, and I don't know why this happens this way. Saw another black guy from America, right? And so what he decided to do was just lie to me. We ain't gonna call it any other name, but lie to me. He, all right, he lied to me. All right, straight up. All right, now the red ones, which I really wanted, all right, and I showed y'all. Now it's going to come with one stand is and we are going to either way we're going to get what I want. All right. Now, had I had this thing with me the first time when that black guy started lying to me, I could have just whipped this out, right? But I didn't have it with me. All right. So we will see what happens from here. All right. So right now he's calling somebody because y'all are getting things firsthand as to how things are being dealt with here. All right. All right. Y'all getting things firsthand as to how things are being dealt with here. So the guy is willing to make a deal with me, um, which he's not going to make a deal with me. He's going to get me. So basically, what it is we're going to get the. We are going. I want the original ones for the original price, and it came with the seat, a foot pedal, and the stand for the other tom. All right. So the hi-hat stuff already have. So he's making a deal. Either way, I walk out of here with what I want. Either way. Either way, I walk out with what I want. Um, I'll either get the cash and I'll get the drums from the other store, or I'll get the red ones that I want, that I really wanted, and better quality of stuff. All right. So we shall see what's what. We shall see what's what in a minute. Am I going to walk out of here with cash or the drum set that I originally came here for, but the black guy priced out of range? Well, it wasn't that it was out of my range so much as he lied to me. All right. So that's what's going on here. All right. So as we make these deals and stuff like that, now I would say this to the brothers that's still listening. to the brothers that's still listening, and I can't read a lot of the comments, right? So to the brothers that's still listening, this is why it is really helpful to know the language. And let me give you how well you need to know the language. All right. You should know the language well enough to argue your point. All right. So let me say this again. Know and understand the language well enough to argue your point.
Mas entender a noção e melhor dele, para entender. Então, beleza. Então, tá bom. Tem que ter chave aí, mas aqui tá a chave, tá?
Tá bom.
Você tem que ter chave.
So it points out two things. Whether the people will honor their word. If they can't honor their word, then no sense giving them the money. Okay. Toro, duro. Okay, so put this back. So I don't know what he's doing now.
Ô Bruno, eu vou botar o carro no estacionamento, tá bom? Já volto. Vou botar o carro no estacionamento e já volto.
Okay. Hey, Francisco. So eu volto para outra loja, outra
Espera aí, tá?
Espera, tá. So we're waiting 5 minutes apparently to see what's going to happen. All right. So, so back to my point. It is the reason why it's so important to just understand the language. All right. It is so important to understand the language so that you can argue a point. All right. I'm looking at a lot of their stuff, and as far as quality instruments, the way we have in the United States, they really don't seem to have it the same way here. All right. And you got a lot of slick-tongued people here. All right, very slick-tongued people. And so therein lies your problem here. So I think they're making a deal for me for the red ones. I don't know. Or they're going to return this. Either way, we're going to have something of quality by the end of the day. All right. So, hey, what's up, Spirit of Justice? Hey, what's up, Maxwell? All right. So, another thing, brothers, we need to stop being Padusis. I'll just say it like that because I don't even know what I can say or not say on YouTube anymore.
Só que quem faz no primeiro dia, eu consigo fazer. Porque é um cartão físico, mas como for venda de sábado, fazer a live.
Ah, é?
É, pelo sistema pelo site da rede.
Então você pede solicita, então? Tem que confirmar aqui.
É, tem que ver o valor, tem que ver.
Tá. Francisco.
Nós temos um.
Você pagou 1.000 no dinheiro.
Isso.
E o restante foi no cartão de
É
crédito.
dele, é isso.
Ah, tá. Aí a gente vai fazer o estorno pra você, tá? E vou te devolver os R$ 1.000, tá?
Fica à vontade.
Aí
eu
agora é um
vou fazer.
procedimentozinho, vai demorar
Dá ela
um pouquinho, tá?
e cartão.
Aham. Acho que vai precisar do cartão dele agora?
Não,
Ou do
vai
comprovante?
precisar do meu comprovante melhor, porque aí manda pra lá.
Você tem um ticket? Autocard?
Papel da compra.
Papelzinho?
Da compra do cartão. Aquele papelzinho.
Ah,
Nós compramos na outra loja. Nós compramos uns R$ 15.
outra loja.
Foi mais, não foi mais. Foi
Okay, here, I gotta go now.
Eu acredito, pra minha experiência,
I gotta go now because
comprar uma bateria melhor pra ele.
Não, mas agora eu vou. Não, de qualquer maneira ele vai passar para outro. Por causa do.
Ele vai pagar seu valor bem assim.
okay, because they want the receipt for the other thing, and I was wearing different pants. So I'll holler at y'all later. All right, peace, love, and soul.
A gente comprou uma banda marcial, pô.